Hello, listeners. It's Gunter Swoboda here with some exciting news. We're on the lookout for sponsors to join us on our incredible journey with Inspired Change with Gunter. If your organization cares deeply about meaningful conversations around masculinity, self development, and mental health, we'd love to partner with you. Our podcast has a wonderful, dedicated audience committed to personal growth and positive social change. By sponsoring Inspired Change with Gunter, your brand will connect with listeners who truly value thoughtful discussion and support initiatives that promote real transformation. We're incredibly proud to be ranked number one in Australia and number five in the USA on FeedSpot's top men's mental health podcasts to listen and follow in 2024. With an average of 50,000 downloads per episode each week from listeners all around the world, our reach is significant and growing. For more information on how to become a sponsor, please reach out to Miranda Spiegner Sapon, our showrunner and executive producer at miranda@noirtainment.com. We'd love to explore how we can work together to inspire change. Now, thank you for your continued support, and let's keep inspiring change together.
You're listening to Inspire Change, a broadcast that strives to educate, motivate, and empower men to challenge traditions of masculinity. To guide us through the intricacies and intersections of emotions, relationships, and male identity is renowned psychologist, author, and speaker Gunter Swoboda. This is Inspire Change.
Before I begin the actual podcast, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which I work. I would also like to pay my respects to their elders past and present. Welcome everybody to another episode of Inspired Change with Gunter. I'm your host.
Welcome everyone to Inspire Change with Gunter. I'm your host, and today marks a huge milestone, our 250th episode. 6 seasons, 250 episodes. I'm thrilled. To celebrate, we have a very special guest with us, Gilles Marini. Many of you know Gilles from his roles in Sex and the City and Dancing with the Stars, but his journey goes far beyond the screen. From his humble beginnings in France to becoming a Hollywood star, Gilles has embraced growth and transformation every step of the way. I'm excited to get into his story, his insights into masculinity, and his thoughts on change. Gilles, thank you for joining us on this very special episode.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me. This is really, I really love it. Gunter, 250 episode, 6 season.
Yeah.
That's I love the number. 250 always was a really great number for me. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. So, as I might have said, I've got a bit of a run sheet, but generally, I think that we should just have a coffee chat.
Yeah, of course.
In German, they call it Klatsch.
A clutch.
In Viennese, they call it Plosh.
Gosh,
So,
that's what. By the way, Gunter, do you want me to put the camera this way or do you want me to put it straight? As you wish.
no, it's fine like this. Yeah,
It's
we're
good like
good.
that. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. All right. So, um, let's, when I work clinically, I often sort of start off with my client's bio. So, if you don't take offense to this, let's start with that. So,
Sure.
give us a snapshot of your history, as far back as you can.
Wow. Um, a kid born with complications in the south of France in a small little village called Saint-Vallier-de-Thiers. Grew up in a very popular neighborhood in Cannes most of my life, my young life. Became a baker age, believe, 6. I never stopped baking until I was 18, 19 years old when my father passed away, and then I decided to escape France, go to America, try my chance to maybe having them wanted me here. So that was the first step. And then learning the language, that was the second step. And then I had a, behind my mind, I had a goal in my life, and it's to become an entertainer. I always had that in the back of my mind. And too shy and also too realistic. It's difficult to become that when you come from, I just told you. So
Yeah.
usually you stop your own self. So the moment I realized, oh my God, only you can stop you, I did it. So in a nutshell, this is what happened.
Right. So the other part that I understand from some of the background info that I got is that uh, you're partly Greek and
Oh,
Italian.
yeah. I was born in France. I promise you. uh,
You have a French accent.
Exactly. I'm working really hard on it. No, I'm kidding. No, really, I was born in the south of France, and my mom side of family is Greek, and my father's side of the
Right.
family is Italian from Firenze. So my mom from Athens, my father from Firenze, from Italy.
Very, very interesting. So you and I share something, which is the migration, the migrant experience.
Oh yeah.
I I'm originally from Vienna, so I came to Australia at the age of 12. Right. So I'm interested in your sort of take on that part of the experience. I mean, yes, you were born in France, but then you did the shift over to the United States.
Mhm. Oh, it
Um,
was honestly. Wow, I'm gonna already start being political. That's weird. Um, but what I'm saying, and to be very honest, I was in a place where, like I said, I was a baker. I was pastry. I was making the pastry at the family bakery, and loved it. It was such an art form.
yeah.
And what happened is when my father got sick, he had colon cancer. So in 6 months, he went
Mm,
away. He was
right.
44 years old. I was a bit like, I'm 18, and now the name of that bakery is my name too, because his name was George Marini, and I'm Gilles Marini.
Yeah.
So Gilles Marini stayed the same. And I'm looking at this, and I realize not only that my father had the ability of being really like a man from that time. He was working from 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. every day.
Yes.
So the moment you start doing this, you realize very fast that he was equipped with the incredible human bodies, I guess, until 44.
Yeah.
But he was completely destroying himself at work. And then when you look into the details of how fast my mom lost the bakery because my father was working so much that to replace my father, the government knows you need to hire 3 people. If you hire three
Yeah.
people, they will sink you.
Mm,
And they sunk her. And I was
mm,
really, to be super honest, I have never said that. I despise how my mother was treated I was 18, 19, huh? From a
yeah.
government that she only paid taxes. She never gets anything in return because she was a self-employed person because they had a
Yeah.
bakery. My
Yeah.
father used to say, it's better to make minimum wage and be the boss than
Yeah.
make minimum wage and have a boss. But what
Yeah.
he really said, he was making minimum wage. Guys, we never grew up rich, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So, so no, I was so mad at how it was and the level of taxes, the level of mockery it was. My family working so hard, getting peanuts, and my father died, so that's it. Now we take everything,
Yeah.
and then everybody else who doesn't have to do much to be very good, and it was upsetting to me. So
Mm,
when things are upsetting, and you know you can change things because you're not the president and this and that, um, and you don't see like the horizon to be very beautiful, you
yeah.
take a duffel bag, you take $470, and you go to where? America, where you really believe you don't even speak the language. You just believe that this is the place where everything can happen.
Yeah.
Everything can be, and it's all smokes and mirrors. I know now, I'm 48. What makes it happen is yourself. It's not where
Yeah.
you are, because no matter where you go, there you are. So I
Yeah.
think it's very important to also my mindset was a little bit in different places. I didn't know the world. I was just assuming, and because my assumptions were very positive and strong, things happen. But it's funny because the France that was putting my mom down into bankruptcy in no time had kind of the same ways that I've seen now here. And people don't understand when I'm saying that because they never experienced it.
Yeah.
But but France has been very good for a very long time to keep people like where they need to be kept. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like the can do it now. I'm taking over.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. There's no
Yeah.
such thing. It's all about chill the F out. Okay?
Yeah.
We give you the 70% tax. You start working for yourself November 11th.
Yeah.
No, I leave. And
Yeah.
people will say what to me? Oh, you left? Yeah, exactly. I couldn't see the right horizon. I left. And this is the reason why really I left. Before I even thought about what am I going to do? I'm going to become an entertainer and I don't know, be in these movies. And I'm not a mythomaniac. I know there is like a very small chance to it. But you know, at one point you're like, why not you? And you go for it. But yeah, America was this image to me. You know, a lot of things I didn't learn in France because I grew up in a very specific neighborhood, and
Yeah.
thinking people will be a certain way because you never met them, and then when you meet them,
Mm.
they're completely the opposite, and you realize that, oh my God, most of my childhood and what I heard in the street were lies. A
Mm.
lot of things you learn when you move and you
Mm.
discover the world. You become
Yeah.
more centrist, and yeah, I think it's important to try.
More reflective.
I'm sorry.
More reflective.
Oh my God. You know, we come to conclusions so fast when we're younger. I mean, it's great. It makes things move, but
Yeah.
yeah, you start reflecting and you do what I did this afternoon. I saved 400 bees from the pool.
Yeah.
I wish
So,
I'm joking.
Gilles, you hit the United States. You're what, 19?
Um, really, really, the 20 years old.
20?
Yeah.
What are the next 3 to 4 years like?
Uh, whoa. Okay. When I landed, I spent couple of months trying to get all my papers situated, all the right things to do. And when I went back to France to get the papers and all that, you need to go back to your own country to get the stuff.
Mm.
I meet Carole, my wife now.
Mm-hmm.
That threw a huge curveball. Um, and then a little something called 9/11 happens in the middle, and there's quite a bit of commotion. But I'm in Miami with my wife, and now my son 9 months later. Yeah, we didn't waste any time. We met 2 weeks later. She's like, "Oh gosh," and his name is George, and he's 25 now, and so yeah, really cool. So the first couple of years were exhilarating. I think the word is exhilarating. It was so new, so mint, so spectacular. Everything I was doing was new for me, but I was so streetwise because was my only education.
Yeah.
Um, it was America was
Mm.
the most simple place I ever been
Mm.
to be able to accomplish anything.
Mm.
You, honest to God, whoever you are, you in Miami on Lincoln Road, some people stop you in America and says, "Tell me your story. What
Mm.
can we do together?" I mean, do you understand that other country, if you say hello, is not a good thing? I mean, it was so like people are interested and people wants to grow. It was this weird out. The countries always want to expand and be better and number one, and this ideology of moving fast and as we all thought, huh? Or whatnot. I mean, into the right directions. We're on the good side and this and that. America was that to me, and to massive part, it's still the same.
Mm.
Um, but when you become American, you have an opinion now because I never opened my mouth until I became American. So when you
Mm.
become American, I think you have a civil duty to try to for what you believe, change things and make things better, because anything
Yeah.
can be
Civic responsibility. So, within a very short period of time, you are a young dad.
done. Yeah.
So, so where does the transition into the entertainment industry come in? Because here's the pastry chef. He's now in the United States.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I think the transition comes through the at that point I was still very young, and I've done so many different things.
mm,
Like, most of the time when I was speaking to someone in America or in France, they were like, "Is he joking? Is he
mm,
really? Did he really did he do
mm,
that?" And it was not like me saying, it was just happening to my life.
yeah,
When I did modeling, it's not that I just did modeling. I met people that are iconic and have
yeah,
relationship with and work with philosophers, with people that are changing the world in a way. Um, you grow from meeting all these people all around all the time. You know, you you sponge everything you feel. I mean, this is who I am. So for me, man, um, it was not a weird comedy, but at the end, having a child coming into this country, leaving everything behind and chancing insanity for
mm,
most of the people I know was crazy, but
mm,
funny for most
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Funny, funny guy. Yeah, funny guy. Cracking up. So it's fun to see the other side of the tunnel and say, oh, look at this, it was possible. And I know a lot of people told me, like, man, I remember you were telling me, like, you want to do this. I thought you were like, oh my god, poor guy. And I swear I have like hundreds of stories like that from my neighborhood.
yeah,
Imagine when I was
yeah,
on Dancing with the Stars, the
yeah,
production went to my neighborhood. They
yeah,
did not believe them. They did not believe them at all. I was like, what?
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
good times.
so fundamentally, a sponge for experience and
I,
a bit of a risk taker, really, isn't it?
yeah, I try to install that in my children's mind. Is And it's gonna be sound maybe weird. I grew up in a place where, every day you're just gonna get to it. It's
Yeah,
tough. I don't know how to say it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
nothing was ever scary to me in America. Nothing was
yeah,
ever tiring for me in America.
yeah,
I never felt I worked one day in my life since I arrived here. I had 3 jobs in Miami Beach as a waiter.
yeah,
3 jobs,
yeah,
morning, lunch,
yeah,
and dinner. Three
yeah,
different places. Daleo, Pizzavia, and what's the name of that? Anyway, it was a fusion place.
yeah,
I was like, people say, you're insane. No, I'm not working here. People pay you.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, I never felt like working. And
Mm,
then since the entertainment, it's even worse, because imagine the way you are treated. Imagine the experience you're having with someone that you maybe admire. I mean, it's very
yeah,
difficult to bitch about anything. It's even if you
mm.
don't work sometimes for months, for years, whatever it is. There's hot, there's cold. What a life, I'm really appreciative of those experiences for sure.
So, Gilles, one of the things I talk a lot about in both my work and especially working with men is that the first cab off the rank is for us to enhance our self-awareness, in order to become more flexible and to be adaptive and therefore draw on our inherent resilience and foster and evolve it even further. I mean, your story already, in a sense, epitomizes that.
Oh man, thank you, man. The way you just put it, Gunter, it's like, okay,
Mm.
goosebump. I swallowed the pill here. It's
Yeah,
like, thank you, really, thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's been such an incredible roller coaster, and Miranda and a lot of people know me. It's never always easy. My gosh, you're always like worried about things and whatnot. But at the end, um, it's cool you do that when you're early 20s to 40s now maybe, but at one point you gotta pat yourself in the back and say you did good, keep doing what you do. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. Don't I know a lot of my friends are such a mentality that they had, it was all or nothing, a lot of
yeah,
so when they hit a wall because Hollywood just turned the lights on you somehow, sometime it
yeah,
happens,
yeah,
well then you quit because
yeah,
that ego is insane, man. uh, the highs are high, the lows,
yeah,
they remind you what's up.
yeah.
Yeah, they remind
Uh,
you what's up, but
it,
I
it
love, I love all of it.
it reminds me of surfing, Gilles. I've been surfing for over 50 years, and it's probably in my book the sort of most exhilarating sport. And I've never surfed big waves,
I
but
would
every
love for one day to go to with you and surf. I never done it.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's magic. And the thing
I
that
love it.
you learn from it is never give up. Don't go for perfection because less is more.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Yes. Less is more. My favorite
yes.
sentence.
Uh, and the other part of it, if it's going to be, it's up to you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah. I learned
And
that
so,
through this COVID thing. I learned that through this COVID and crazy times. I learned that
yeah,
it's really up to you. It's really up to you because you can let people get to you and that darkness can come in and you can be, oh no, guys, everything is great. But inside, deep inside your soul, you scream something else and people
yeah,
feel it. They don't know what it is
yeah,
and they
yeah,
feel it. That is done. I don't have time
yeah,
to
yeah,
waste about this anymore. I want to board just like you and ride that wave.
yeah,
And at that moment of taking that wave, I'm pretty sure there's like something because I need
yeah,
to learn why. I love to get and experience every sport. I got shocked in Miami about surfing one time, and I never went
yeah,
back surfing in my life. He was a guy with me. His name was Fish. He was in the building. He said, I take you to Miami to surf on at Second Beach." I say, "Okay, let's go. I'm gonna learn." I go on that board, and he's got this huge wraparound thing on his arm. And I said, "Fish, what happened?" I said, "I got grazed by something bull shark, maybe. I got grazed by a
yeah,
bull shark, and so they had like, listen, Gunter, I froze. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, not deep, but for me, I'm like 17 miles away.
yeah,
I froze. I put my foot, when I put my foot up on the board, I looked down, it was murky. And I'm
yeah,
like, my wife is looking at me from the shore, and I let myself go. I say, yo, fish, you got bit last week. What am I doing in this water?
yeah.
I need to go with you, and I need to do it.
So, um, in all of this, we're talking about principles that apply across the board. So surfing is just one medium. In your case, your transition to the United States, right,
Mhm,
has the same characteristics built in as learning, in a sense, to surf. You've got to have patience. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be persistent,
mhm.
right? And you've got to take the knocks,
Yeah.
right? And it's how you deal with the knocks. So, from your perspective on all of this, what do you think your key characteristics are?
Wow. I would say silently persevering,
Mm,
meaning I'm doing the all the work I do is really usually more quietly, not like showing off a lot, but I've perseverance. I don't um I understand the no's and all that, but I always look at why in a sense. So
mm,
I am a hard worker in a way that when I have dialogues, every word means something else. I
mm.
dissect things to a different place. I
Yeah,
love doing dissecting. Um, I think perseverance is really a big one because not. I have some natural abilities,
Yeah.
but they will never have been discovered if I didn't endeavor all these things. And I had the chance to be able to experience those things. So there was quite a bit of luck because of my career. But I think you need to always keep in shape. Try to keep as active as possible. Keep your brain really. But I think um, mainly not giving up. Not giving up. I detest giving up. Like
Yeah.
to a different place. Um,
Yeah.
and when someone says no, I'll find a way to have that person question itself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
plenty good for me in my business. Are you
Yeah.
sure? Man, he was not the guy at all. But I'm trying to to be a bit of a renaissance man when it comes down to my industry, and it served me so far really well.
Explain that to me a bit more. What do you? I mean, I can go back into the traditional
Yeah,
Renaissance man, but what does it mean to you?
to me, it means more. Whatever you will bring to the table that I have to do, I will be able to do it even if I never done it before. Just give me 5 seconds. I
Yeah.
can really merge myself into not only characters, and this is like fake life in a way. I'm talking about life.
Mm.
I tried many different sports just to make sure I have the ability of understanding my human body.
Yeah.
But just then, if I'm able to do all this, my attitude toward life is going to be very much changed. I promise you that. If
Yes.
tomorrow you need to take a wave to save your life, you live, I die. You know what I mean? So there's yeah, there's these little things that I always put in consideration, like, oh, if I'm doing this, is because of that. Yesterday I changed many things mechanically. Nobody
Mm.
knows I can do mechanic because I adore that from people that taught me before, and I just try to be good at that somehow. And and who cares? But Miranda also knows that I'm really into the jiu-jitsu world, the mixed martial art world. So that to me, because I was into since I can remember, I was doing savate, French kickboxing, and
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
into martial arts. So that gave me the ability of not seeing fear the way people see fear. And when I
Mm.
understood in my later life that fear controls a lot a human being, I was
Yes.
I was shocked because then nothing that I think is real because people are guided by fear. So
Mm.
we don't have the same concept and the same. Uh, we cannot make really rational decision if we have fear. I don't know, but this so that gave me that. So because of this, I can do my job better, and it's silly, but much better.
Yeah.
So look, I gave that to my kids. I put them in martial arts since they could remember.
Yeah.
One, one is an officer, and that he
Yeah.
could have done. George could have done anything else, but because he
Yes.
realized that he's one of those people that actually can do this,
Yes.
and and Juliana, she doesn't have that. Ooh, what's going on? Wherever she goes, she had that weird confidence that people are so gravitated toward her, and I
Yeah.
think it's because she doesn't have that fear.
Yeah. While we're on the kids, Gilles, tell me a little bit about what's your sort of philosophy of parenting?
Oh wow.
Because you talked a little bit about this already. Now, expand on
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna say the truth. It may not be good for a lot of psychologists that dealing with kids, but this is. I'm sorry. I'm 48. I'm from Europe. I was raised. If I looked weird, I get pulverized. When I say pulverized, because my mom called me once. That was too many times. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm coming from hardcore like parenting because they come
Yeah.
from post Second World War. Their parents were at war.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They didn't care. So hardcore. I grew up like respect and discipline is massive. So
Yeah.
that I kept it. I am a special human being to you, children,
Yeah.
because the world can do so much, but these two entity, mom and dad, are there for you. I jump head first and kill myself for you. No one else in
Yeah.
this world. So I made
Yeah.
them understand that you can't. make us disappointed.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint us in a sense you know you're going to disappoint us. Think about it twice,
Yes.
because we've done nothing to you. Gunter, I have never grounded my kids once in my life.
Yeah.
I never asked them once, you have homework?
Yeah.
None.
I love that, Gilles. One of
And
the
just
most
because
common.
from 0 to 6,
Yeah.
Gunter, I was here. Like
Yeah.
this is the meter for the
Yeah.
world outside. I don't mind. I'm the parents. And my duty is to make sure that those two kids in society are gonna be phenomenal. People are gonna
Yeah.
never come to me and say, your kid or your son or your 40-year-old son. No, no, no. Never. Because they have a
Yeah.
barometer of respect.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
No,
all
it's
I did.
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting listening to you because a lot of work that I do in parent coaching, or even in when I was doing family therapy and couples therapy, was
Wow.
we used to work with a little system, and that was 3 strikes, you're out. We will love you unconditionally. Don't like your behavior. You keep doing it, and it was based on 3 things: being loving, being respectful, and being cooperative.
Yeah,
And
and
so,
that's just is those three normal thing? I mean, we don't ask for a
yeah,
lot. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, that's
And I
beautiful.
get I get parents coming to me all the time going, "We need more rules," and I go, "No, you don't need rules. Where are the values? What are you doing with the
Oh,
values?"
I
So
love that.
when my kid
I love
says to
that.
me, I'll go, it's time for a shower. Yeah, later. And no, no, hang on a minute. I ask you now to go for a shower. This is the second time I'm asking you. Well, I don't want to go and have a shower right now. Just take a step back. Do you feel like you're being cooperative right now? Now, unless the kid's a psychopath, he's going to have to go, well, no. Okay. So is that respectful? No. Okay. Is that loving? No. Okay. Well, is that how you want to be in life? Disrespectful, uncaring, and uncooperative.
Wow.
And
You
that's
nip
it.
it in, you nip it in the bud, so because people might say, "Oh, it's just a shower." Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
No.
If you nip it in the bud here, in
Yeah.
life it doesn't go there. They don't understand the
Mm,
concept of no, it's normalcy.
mm,
Early on, it's
mm.
tough when you ask a 16-year-old delinquent to re-gear itself. He's gonna want it, and then it will work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is
Yeah.
gonna be
The uh,
oh,
the
beautifully
Jesuits
put.
the Jesuits used to say, well, in those days it was, give me the boy before the age of 7 and I'll give you the man. And there's actually real truth in that from a psychological perspective, because most of this, firstly, is laid down with a child's attachment to the parent. So as a parent, I need to be calm. I need to be, present with the child so that that child can really bond with me.
Mhm.
And that's something that's actually been really interfered with, especially with technology.
Oh
So
my,
that
different world.
level of, yeah, it is. And so by the time they're 16, we've got a completely different ball game on our hands.
Yeah, yeah, oh,
Because
for sure.
unless we've got all of that laid down in the first part of the year, pre-adolescence,
Hmm.
the teenage years are going to be tough. I gather, you would have had some bumps in the road with the kids.
I mean, personally, no.
Okay.
No, no, it's absurd. People who know me
Yeah.
really well
Yeah.
always come to me and say, "Do you know how rich you are?
Yeah.
Your your son is an officer."
Yeah.
You say something just right before I need to come across with this. Not long ago, my son was doing something else with another partner, right?
Yeah.
And that partner had a background, a
Yes.
bit a rough background, right?
Yeah.
Someone who had to go to the psychologist a lot because he went into a lot of things. And then everybody tells him like, "Oh, be careful, man. This guy's like borderline. He's tough and this and that." Okay. And at the end, he spent all this month with him, and he's like, "Man, I loved it."
Mm.
I said, "Why is that?" Because he reminded me of you a lot, Dad. So I knew how to take care of it.
Yeah.
I said, what? Am I this dude? He said, hold on. At home, something goes off, you're very European. Ba, ba, bing, bam, 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 bam. Tough.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 1 second. Very
Yeah.
European. But always, if there is something to be said, it's never in the wind. So when the kid's like, oh shit, daddy's saying something, it's because it's something.
Yeah.
But you reminding him his short fuse and his excitement and his rise. And when he was rising, George was able to recognize it before he rise and take care of the problem for him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
spent 3 months in heaven doing action stuff, loving it, and having the guys cool down because
Yeah.
he looks like I was like him. Crazy. But you see, they see more than we think at a very early age.
Oh,
0 to
absolutely.
7. It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
The challenge for some kids, though, is because they're not, in a sense, they don't have that relationship where there's a conversation between the parent and the child. They don't know what to make of it. And
Yeah.
you spoke about, you know, I mean, I never hassle my kids about homework either. Occasionally there might have been because the teacher came to me and would say, you need, I'll go, okay, leave it to me. As a
Yeah.
psychologist, basically, I coach parents to stop asking those, have you done your chores? Have you done your homework? What grade did you get? Have a conversation with the child
Yeah.
about, so how was your day? What did you learn? What didn't go well? How did you deal with that?
It's I learned I learned more with my daughter like that. I was,
Right.
my God, Gunter. My boy, easy. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, do this, easy. Took him to Australia, took him all over the world. We had the best time.
Yeah.
Um, Juliana, very different, very more
Mm.
the mind.
Yeah.
With George, when something is off, is by the cliff, he says something. Like I say, it's easy to grab your boy. Hey, what are you doing?
Mm.
Why? With your
Mm.
daughter, it was for me. It was difficult. It was more like
Yeah.
conversation now.
Yeah.
I start doing because it's a lot of negative stuff happening in high school, no matter what it
Yes.
is. I guess especially with the girls because they're kind of
Yeah.
vicious between them. And
Yeah.
I never felt that before, but they're kind of vicious between them. And so for me, it was more like I was so tired of the negativity that you get like, whoa, blah, 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 what is this negativity with your friend? So I start saying like, tell me something that was really awesome today because I need to hear something cool today. Not for
Mm.
you, it's just for me. I need to hear something cool. So I
Mm.
was pretending I was not doing great. Tell me something cool. What's up? And we were starting to talk about things that became unrelated to that question, but it was a conversation. And
Yes.
and then you're like, oh my God, my daughter is smart. Oh, hold
Mm.
on, my daughter can formulate sentences. A lot of
Yeah.
people do that. They never talk to them. And that's
Yeah.
so crucial. It's so crucial.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I've got I got broken into as a parent by my daughter. She was the first one that arrived on the scene. So, so uh, and I had the opportunity to actually be with her as the primary parent for 12 months because when I graduated there were no jobs for psychologists, right? So my wife,
Oh,
who's was mental health nurse and therapist, she said, "Look, I can get a job. No worries. I'll go back to work. You take care of the baby." So from you know, so by she was about 9, 10 months. From then on in, I was like it. Right, I
wow.
was a fantastic, and I'll pat
What
myself on the back.
amazing time.
Fantastic,
What a rare time for a man to experience.
absolutely.
I'm
I
kind of
loved it. I really loved it. So she was as happy as the pig in mud. And I was over the top. The only problem was I wasn't very well domesticated because I came from a European mother who did everything for me because I was an only child.
like George.
Oh,
George, mom does everything for George. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
That's
So,
not your fault. That was your mom's fault.
yes, yes, she didn't domesticate me. So I did most of the housework except the laundry, and in those days we didn't have disposable nappies; we had cloth nappies, right? So
Oh,
if it came to doing the nappies, right, cleaning them up and everything, and playing with her or taking her out to the park or to the beach, that was a priority.
yeah.
So it drove my wife nuts, and in hindsight, I really let the ball down, but the kid's great.
He was a great year, but he was a mess for your wife.
So
Yeah.
my son comes along. I didn't unfortunately get the time with him. By that stage, I was already into that whole process of getting into psychology and working as a therapist. Um, but they were quite sparky with each other. So
Yeah.
my daughter always felt that she was the authority in the home.
I
She would give way to my wife and I, but her brother, she gave him a bit of a hard time. Now they're so tight, it's unbelievable.
yeah.
But during the
Yeah. It's. I think it's just like my sister and I. She was always playing mom.
yeah, yeah,
Always. Yeah. It
yeah,
makes sense. I
yeah,
adore women because of that.
yeah. So and being an only child, I had no idea what it was like to have a girl in the house. So it was,
Yeah.
it was sort of really interesting. There's a book that was written, it must be about 15 years ago, called Princess Bitchface, written by a child psychologist, because his experience, and I've seen this time and time again, is about 13, 14. It's like someone's beamed your daughter out of the house and replaced her with a clone who is the devil incarnate.
Yeah. 13, 14. Yeah. It's.
And
I seen it with. You're gonna hate me. I've seen it with everyone, but
yeah,
never with Juliana.
yeah, yeah.
She was always
We,
Juliana always was a bit sad because of
yeah,
her high school. People
the
are,
friendship.
some are jealous, some are like envious,
Yeah,
some maybe you're jealous of, whatever the hell, those like
yeah,
bickering stuff. But no,
yeah,
beside that, she always was like,
yeah,
look, she's 18 years old. She's right now alone with her friends in the middle of the wood in
yeah,
an off-grid cabin. She's
yeah,
doing awesome stuff. She's really, I
yeah.
got luck. I lucked out.
It's also about, you got to take ownership for this, is parenting. I am absolutely hardcore on that.
Thank you,
It's
bro.
not like.
Well, yeah, it's been great.
Now, let me just segue a little bit. Obviously, I'm not sure how much you know about my work or what Miranda's said to you, but
Well,
I'm
yeah,
deeply, deeply
she
steeped
loves
into
it, and
masculinity.
she says me a lot of things. Yeah,
Yeah. So, what's your take on where we as men are currently? Boys and men.
where are men currently? Meaning,
Well, in Australia, we talk a lot about the crisis that men are in. Our suicide rate amongst men is for every one woman who commits suicide, three men commit
yeah,
suicide.
it's great that you.
Uh,
It's absolutely amazing. We speak about this now because wow, let's dive in. I think this is the pendulum have
yeah,
has swayed so hard that people have forgotten the enormity that men are and have to accomplish as a normalcy.
yeah,
And then when we starting to peel off the skin of like, hey, something is wrong here, and you can see with the suicide rate, you can see, you can see where the abuse comes from, the
mm,
alcoholism and everything
mm,
else, the
mm,
depression. My mom always told me, son, I wish you more cancer than depression. And I could not understand when I heard that first.
mm,
But now I know. She
mm,
knows also that in the family how things went. Um, she knows that really honestly, it is you can never know it's done, it's over, somebody's gone. And
yeah,
it happened in my life with friends of mine. So
yeah,
um, yes, we are in a time where um, um, everything is a little bit more sensitive, right? Because we
yes,
learn how to be a little bit more at ease with things. I think it's harder for men to be more sensitive.
Yes.
And just because also like, well, my time is like you cut yourself, you move on. Now it's like, ooh, it's
Yeah.
a thing. And it became a little bit more fragile, so we talk a little bit more. And when men confront their mental, it goes wrong many times. We don't have the equipment of like, oh, let me talk about this. And I think, yeah, I think there's a lot of things to be said. And and what's tiring more than anything, I got to tell you, Gunter, is the pounding on it's man's fault. No matter what it is,
Yeah.
had to be a man. It's always. I know this is not a generality, but it's okay for us to go like, oh, it's okay,
Mm.
it's okay.
Mm.
I can tell you something that is sexual and weird now,
Mm.
and it
Mm.
will absolutely make sense because we're talking about men and what we can take. One time I was in a mall we were raising money for AIDS. I was with very famous actors and actresses. One of which is Katie, and she's very, very popular and an amazing person. And we arrived in that mall, and it was quite a bit of people waiting for us and all that. And you get a little bit mold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
come, and the ladies they come and they just hug you, and
Yeah.
let me just say that, you know, they, whatever happened. I'm a
Yeah.
dude. I get it. It's fine. You see what I just said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. So she gets up and she say, "Hey," and she's making a scene now, and say, "Hey,
Mm.
what if I get in the mall
Mm.
and a horde of 200 men act like that on me? They
Mm.
all go to jail."
Mm.
And he got a little quiet.
Mm.
But I gotta tell you, it's man's fault. When did we
Mm.
bitch about it?
Mm.
When do we say, "Hey, hey, hey, hey"? Lately, so it's not in everybody's mind yet, right? Um, it was not in my soul that important. I'm used to that,
Mm.
but it's wrong because some people may not be used to that. Some people
Yes.
may not like
And
this.
that's yeah, and I think that's one of the issues that we really got to re-examine and help, especially boys growing into men with, and that's boundaries. But we also need to teach women the same thing.
Everybody
Like
should be in the same pedestal because we all want to be in the same pedestal because equality is
yeah,
quite possible. Every individual. I'm not equal to other men. Other men can kick my
yeah,
ass, so it's difficult. But same
yeah,
pedestal. Like if there's laws now that just differentiate human, man and woman, I will be in
yeah,
the street
yeah,
fighting this. I think we
yeah,
got to revisit the way we need to handle with each other and with love and respect. And that's super important. But
yeah,
yeah, boys to men, it's tough right now. Where is the equilibrium?
yeah,
Where is the the negative on the battery?
yeah,
Where is that? Now there is power. Where is this?
yeah.
It's difficult because you don't want to teach your son how to be a man anymore because maybe being a man is not a good thing. That's what we're hearing, and it confuses
Mm,
people. So I'd love for a neutrality in a sense, leaving people, um, educate people because there's a
yeah,
lot of things that men still don't do and they should.
yeah,
And but it's difficult. I think for me, um, it all comes from you know that childhood, the parents,
yeah,
and that's nowadays the parents maybe an iPad 2.
yeah.
If the
Well,
mom was an iPad 1, there you
yeah,
have it. It's gonna
yeah,
be tough. It's very difficult for me to even have a conversation with Juliana sometimes because we're getting into the things that I get it, but I try to
yes,
make her understand that I
yeah,
should not get it because I
yeah,
should not care for it.
yeah,
And that's difficult because they're coming to you and saying, no, no, you have to care for everything. And so,
yeah,
um, no, it has to be an equalizer, a balance, and and a little bit of a take your time. You know, you will become a man, and this is not a rush or anything, or vice versa. You know, you can become anything you want, but you got to be
Yeah.
you got to be sure of yourself. So don't
Yeah.
do things when you're 12. You know, do things when you're 20.
I'm going to give you something quite controversial because it's not out there yet. And that is in Australia, we're about to go through some referendum, and there's been a big debate about, sexuality, sex, gender, and all that.
Uh-huh.
And
Of course, yeah.
my view is if it says sex and then gender, sex is male, gender none, because ultimately I'm a human being, and that's the I see, and my
Yeah.
wife and I've talked about it, that's the equalizer. We are human beings.
It, that should be the most fundamental. That should be the law.
Yeah,
So there's no more BS. Oh, you're human. It's fine. I'm
yeah,
that kind of human. I'm this human. If there is no need to manipulate a human to make them believe anything, it's fine.
yeah,
I think it's important to respect others. That is super
yeah,
important. As long as there is no, I know this is tough because sexuality has to be very much separated from what everything else is. This is personal sometimes, and many times
yeah,
very personal.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Geez, your gender, your ways, your life, your thoughts are yours. Oh my
Yes.
God. Good
Mm,
night. It's all
yeah,
good. But at the moment, we should. That's yeah. That should be it. You
yeah,
said it so beautifully. There's nothing to add there.
yeah. Jill, we're coming to the end of our hour.
Oh my!
So,
Already?
uh,
I thought we only talk about. I thought we were just warming up.
well, we could take this as a warm up if you're open to coming on again at some point.
Oh, I just got an earthquake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a nice one. Wow, the door
Right.
went like, bah! I'm like, hello, who's here? It's just an earthquake. Welcome to LA.
we don't have that problem in Australia.
I absolutely adore your nation. I adore
Yeah,
your big island. I love it. I
yeah,
love Australia with everything I got. It's Bronte
yeah,
Beach is my
yeah.
favorite.
I live on Manavale Beach.
I'm sure it's
So
beautiful too.
the East Coast is wonderful. It's just, there's so many different aspects to it. So in closing, Gilles, it's been
Yes.
wonderful to have you on. Anything that you want to close with?
Yeah, let's all be kind of one. Let's try to get together more than dividing each other. Let's try to
Yes.
not listening to um, just the two voices that we keep hearing. Let's try to just. I'm doing this at the gym. It's weird. I'm talking to people that I can see that we don't have the same opinion that I have, and next thing you know, after a long sauna, we're all very good buddies. So I've
Yeah.
been experiencing this lately. So I feel that what needs to happen is drop the things that made you believe a couple of years ago that your neighbor is your enemy, and try to go and knock
Mm,
at the door and embrace it. It works for
yeah.
me. It works with everybody.
Beautiful thought, Gilles. I think we should promote this more.
It's truly. I
All right,
can.
Gilles.
I need to go to Australia now. Now. Now.
Well, if
I
you
love it
come,
there.
let me know. Well, you're welcome.
Teach me how to surf.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been out of the water for 3 years because I've had two shoulder replacements, but I'm
Oh,
about to get back in.
you have to. Your range of motion, okay?
Perfect. I had a very, very good surgeon. And the physio said in both shoulders, 100% anatomical mobility, so no problem.
It's amazing. I love technology.
Yeah, me too. Otherwise, it would have been very sad for the next 20 years.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, Emma, thank you so
Well,
much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miranda.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Gunter. I appreciate it. I see you very, very soon. And thank you for awakening a lot of things in me that I thought were kind of instinct. So thank you so much.
You're most welcome. All right, everybody, let's thank Gilles for the time that he spent with us. And let me just put it in a nutshell. There's so many important things that came out of this conversation. But the most important one is that we need to treat each other as human beings with love, respect, and we need to cooperate. Until
Absolutely.
next time, this is me signing off. Au
Thank you.
revoir.
And if you're interested, please check out my work on www.gunterswoboda.com or www.goodmengreat.com.
Thank you for listening to Inspire Change, a broadcast that strives to educate, motivate, and empower men to challenge traditions of masculinity. For more information on the Making Good Men Great movement, or for individual or group coaching sessions with Gunter, visit goodmengreat.com. For inquiries regarding broadcast topics or appearing on the show, email Miranda@noirtainment.com. That's Miranda at NOIRTAINMENT.com.